Welcome back to Thronebreaker, The Witcher Tales, here on Serious Gaming. Alright, a bridge is just there. There's some loot over here. Not too much. There's the bridge, by the way. Though it's not that simple, is it?
Hidden among brambles, Meve watched the Nilfgaardian sentries atop the palisade. In full gear, alert in stance, they looked sharp and ready to defend the stronghold.
Blast!
Meve hissed, for she now knew Red La Bandhan would not fall by surprise. A siege would be needed, and it would slow her advance. Yet there was naught she could do, as this was her one road to Angren and to Caldwell. Reynard wiped the sweat from his brow, donned his helmet, and dropped his visor with a tap.
On your command, Your Majesty.
Very well. We mustn't delay. Reynard, our plan of attack. Armoured infantry to lead and take the first salvo upon their breast, scaling ladders to follow. Afterwards...
Masterful. Truly masterful.
Interrupted Gascon.
Yet, despite the mastery, fit to be improved.
How, namely?
Hold back your force. Lie in waiting. I'll take 10 good men and open the gates for you. Wide.
Sure.
And how do you aim to achieve this?
Asked Reynard.
Knock and claim to be a trinket peddler, I suppose. Or perhaps one of Lebioda's devout disciples.
Must you know every last detail? Where's the fun in that, sir?
There's none in warfare. Never.
Seethed Reynard.
For war is no farce. Your Majesty, he stands no chance. Not the slightest.
None at all, I concur. Yet his eagerness intrigues. Let's see what he can do.
Reynard did not approve of Meve's decision, this was clear, yet he dared not undermine it. The Queen's blessing now his, Gascon assembled a small force and set off, straight for the stronghold gate.
Lambs to the slaughter,
Muttered Reynard, shaking his head.
My Queen, it's not too late. We can always...
Shh! Look.
Already at the gate, Gascon lifted his arm in a gesture of peace, then merrily bantered a bit with the guards. A moment later, the gates jerked into motion.
But how?
No matter. The gate stands open. We must attack.
Meve raced off towards the fortress without even glancing back. She knew well her soldiers would follow.
How the hell did Gascon pull this off? The guards continued their attempt to close the gate, but Gascon's men quickly disposed of them, thrusting their knives between gaps in the heavy plate. The Illyrians raised their fists in triumph and cheered, but Meve was quick to silence them. Their celebration is premature. True, the invaders lost a tactical advantage, but had not yet been defeated. How the hell did Gascon achieve that victory? Okay. Strays infiltrator.
Ah, the strays have come to play!
If Meve passes, alright.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Not bad.
One bolt's all I need. Give me a target.
Alright, Gascon will do me a favor. Quite a few favors, even. An Nilfgaardian scout.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Alright, end the turn.
Yo.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
You have some explanation to give, Gascon.
My boots got sand and plenty in them.
Arbalist to your command.
Yep.
Armor ward, sir.
Notice! All roads lead to Nilfgaard.
Hold on.
Order will triumph. It must triumph.
What? Oh my fuck.
Left, right, left, right.
Well,
Your
it's
humble servant.
So much anger and suffering. For what?
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
all right.
One Red La Bandhan for you, my lady. Compliments of the house.
Gascon seemed a fiend as he fought his way to the keep, then single-handedly killed the commander. Suddenly leaderless, the Nilfgaardians laid down their arms.
My, Gascon. Colour me surprised.
Pleasantly so, I trust.
Don't fish for compliments, it doesn't suit you. Besides, you know you deserve both medal and title.
I shall hold you to it, my queen.
In due course. But I must know how. What ruse persuaded the Nilfgaardians to open the gate?
Come, my delightful charms, no ruse.
Ah, I see. Not one to share secrets.
Unremarkable, as I see it. I'd hold my tongue too, were my conscience thus burdened.
I've done naught to hide my shameful past, friend. I was a brigand, indeed, yet...
Do not dare take me for a fool. You know of what I speak.
Yet I don't. Reynard, what is this? What the devils is with you?
Your Grace, in Mahakam, the Nilfgaardian letter we managed to intercept. Consider your offer accepted. Direct Meve and her force to the agreed site. We await their arrival. Your reward shall be as agreed. 'Twas Gascon who told us Caldwell had received Angren to rule. 'Twas Gascon who suggested we ride for La Bandhan. Here, the Blackclads willingly opened the gate, for they expected him to deliver a prisoner. You!
Yes. I might have expected as much. When captive, I asked you why you'd chosen to aid me. Your answer was odd and unconvincing.
Meve!
It's your majesty, you rogue.
What do they promise you? Amnesty? Coin in heaps?
Both. I knew Nilfgaard wouldn't parley with me as a matter of course. To be treated seriously, I needed something they valued. A stroke of luck, it was, the chance to free you from Caldwell's grip. 'Twas in Edern that we first spoke. Then came to an understanding after Rosberg's fall.
Why do I still live then? Why not snatch me under Knight's mantle? Drag me to Red La Bandhan in chains?
Meve, I sought to sell you out, I did, and aimed to gain by it. Yet in Edern, you earned my respect. In Mahakam, my admiration. I swore then I wouldn't follow the terms of the accord I'd made. Instead, I'd let you into the fort and make damn sure the Commandant couldn't reveal the truth. Alas, seems I underestimated Reynard.
Flattery will get you knout. You, sir, are a traitor.
Oh, please, friend. You appear to me a pot that calls the kettle black.
Reynard, What does he mean?
I've no notion, Your Grace. Not the slightest.
Truly? Ha! And I had you pegged for a man of honor. Come now, Reynard. Who sent secret missives to Willem? Go on, you really should tell your queen.
What? Reynard?
His Highness guest chambers in Mahakam. One of my lads snuck in. Found a letter bearing the signature of one Reynard Odo.
Reynard, I beg you. Say it's not so. Tell me it's a filthy lie.
Your Grace. I'd hoped His Highness and you would reconcile. To see son stand against mother rent my heart. I wish to help.
Behind my back.
Your Majesty, I sought merely to push the youth to see reason, to open his eyes.
So say you now. Yet I can't know what was in the letters. I can't know what pacts you made. And alas, I can no longer take you at your word.
I'm not alone in having deceived. Yet I am in repairing my wrong.
Meve felt a tempest rise inside her. Yet she could not release it lest it cloud her view. She would solve the problem, strike it from her mind, and resume her journey at once.
Drawn and quartered I should have you both. Yet in truth, I cannot do without your aid. Now more than ever. 'Tis the one reason I show mercy and forgive.
Your Grace, perhaps made with doubt, but 'tis the right decision. I shall prove it. Thank you.
This really does feel like Song of Ice and Fire. Not Game of Thrones, fuck that, not that piece of crap TV show, but Song of Ice and Fire when Jorah Mormont and Barristan Selmy, well, when it all comes out, and Daenerys has to make a decision. I mean, I could have exiled one.
Reynard and I rarely see eye to eye, but under the circumstances, I second his every word.
Oh, shut your damn traps! And I believe you're needed in the wagon train. Now!
The Queen's wish was clear and fierce. Gascon and Reynard slid off, leaving Meve to her thoughts. From the palisade's rampart, Meve gazed out over the marshlands across the Iruga. The Queen sighed deeply. She expected great challenges in Angren. She had also expected, even hoped, to find the one traitor in her midst. But two, and both her close aides-de-camp. She felt a weight upon her heart now.
Blast it all,
she muttered.
Not the first dagger I've taken in the back. Likely not the last either. Yet to pity my lot will help not at all.
From the captive Nilfgaardians, Meve learned Caldwell was at Tuzla Castle, in Angren's very heart. A small detachment would remain at Red La Bandhan, while the Queen with the rest of her force set off to face the treacherous Count.
Mom, I must speak to you when you find a free moment.
Alright.
Meve, I must say it again, I'm sorry. And I thank you for forgiving me.
No need to say any more, Gascon.
But you've got to know.
Every time you bring it up, I'm tempted to change my mind. Now let's turn to the task at hand. Ever have regrets? Feel remorse?
For what?
Oh, I don't know. Killing innocents, perhaps? Murdering travelers, pilgrims?
I've always warned them. Won't touch a hair on your heads, provided you don't resist. So, see, gave them a choice. Besides, innocents? Please, Meve. We both know those to be mythical creatures. Everyone's got something on their conscience.
So there's always call for murder?
That's right. Dead right. You need but answer it.
It's time I attended to other matters. Farewell.
Your Grace, I wished once more to express my gratitude for your show of mercy.
I showed mercy, true, but felt much more. Anger, pain, now resentment. You hurt me, Reynard. Wounded me to the bloody core. I don't know what else to say on the matter, so let's not speak of it.
As you wish, Your Grace.
Reynard, you fought in the first war against Nilfgaard, did you not?
Yes, Your Grace. Though, as a mere captain then.
Were they equally cruel? Did they scorch fields? Turn peasants into slaves?
Nay, your grace. They fought with honor in those days.
So, what's happened? Why the change?
It's said Emperor Emir var Emrys's heart hardened over the years. He's grown crueler, more ruthless. His soldiers' zeal for violence has followed suit.
But you don't say that.
No, your grace.
To your mind, why do they now despise us as they war against us?
'Tis ever easier to loathe those you know. Before the first war, they knew nothing about us. Then they saw they'd the better weapons, larger cities, superior craft. That in our towns, waste flowed through the streets in open gutters, and they concluded we weren't their equals. It's far easier to kill when one holds such a belief.
It's time I attended to...
I'm pleased to see you again, Mom. You need something?
You wish to speak with me? In private?
Yes, Mom. I've given thought to certain matters. The time's come to explain and reveal my decisions. I've not been entirely honest, but I've seen you very much deserve the truth. You're brave, wise, and above all, you've a good heart. And thus you're unlike any other ruler I've ever met, had dealings with.
Isbel, what is it you wish to say? You're starting to worry me.
I told you of Sintra and Sodden. Do you recall? It's true, I took part in that war. Yet I fought for the Empire.
What? I'm not certain I understand.
My name is Isbel ep Muirmos, of Nilfgaard. I wish I could say I am from a conquered province. I wish I had that luxury. But no. I hail from the city of the Golden Towers itself.
My, I'd certainly not expected that. Please, tell me more.
I went straight from the academy to the army, as mages do in Nilfgaard. Yet I truly believed our aim to be to build a better world. With our help, the mages, the Emperor conquered realm after realm, right up to the Amel Mountains. Yet he was not sated, and turned his greedy eyes to the north. But the north stood and faced him. I'll never forget the bloodbath he wrought in Sintra. It was unspeakable.
He sought to intimidate us. He united us instead.
Indeed. At Sodden, when chaos engulfed the Imperial army, I saw my chance to flee the madness and begin life anew. And I did just that. I never sought thereafter to rejoin my countrymen or return to my home. Instead, I stayed in the north and swore never again to use my magic to harm others. Yet I cannot stand idle as the Emperor perpetrates atrocity after atrocity. I wish to fight at your side.
All deserve a second chance. Yet from now on, there are to be no more secrets between us.
Certainly. I thank you. You've no idea what this means to me.
Good. Oh, and Isbel, this must stay between us alone. For your own sake.
I appreciate the concern, Mom, but you needn't worry about me. I've lived for some time in the north, and dare say I know how to get by.
The city of the Golden Towers. Don't think I know any soul who's seen it with their own eyes.
Did you know many common folk believe they're made of real gold, the towers? Yet they're named for how the southern sun dances off their rooftops. My family lived in the capital long before Nilfgaard was ever an empire. The city is of great beauty, was always a source of pride, turned arrogance in time. When I was but a lass, my father would take me to the grand amphitheater to watch the gladiators fight. A daughter of Nilfgaard should grow accustomed to the sight of blood, he said. For to conquer the world was our destiny.
Dreadful. You must have hated it.
At the time, I saw nothing wrong in it. I admired the gladiators for their bravery, skill, finesse. Though now it shames me to admit it.
Duty calls.
Of course.
Yes, milady?
I haven't had the opportunity to thank you. Had you not been so alert, we'd have fallen to our deaths in Mahakam.
I merely did my duty, Your Majesty.
Modest as ever. Yet once the war is over, I shall make certain you're properly rewarded.
My lady, the one reward I desire is victory. Your victory.
Other matters await.
As you wish.
You need my help with anything? Anything at all. I've ideas aplenty.
Ever travelled with an army before?
Frankly, can't say that I have. You folk are my first. And let me say, it's not nearly as dull as I expected. Your travelling companions, fascinating, truly.
Is that so? Who, if I might ask?
Let me think. Then there's that aged woman. Isabel, is it? Oh, your grace, a complete lunatic, that one. Did you know she believes the world to be round? Round! Like an egg! And just between the two of us, the quiet chap, Xavier, gives me the willies, truth be told. Could just be on account of his face looking like a piece of taffy stuck to the sole of a boot. Who else? Oh, right, a word of advice. Never play Gascon at cards. He's a hustler, that one. And he tells tall tales. About debts, specifically. Ones that I supposedly owe him. And the Reynard fellow. What a jester. Always good for a laugh.
I'm sorry, what?
Every day he barks at me, stand at attention, with a perfectly straight face. And last, he asked asked if I'd served in the Norm Army. I mean, really. Sometimes I just can't with that man.
Very thorough, Barnabas. I thank you. Time my attention.
All right then. So it is like this then. Yeah, I was betrayed by both of my closest commanders. Alright. Isbel is the destroyer.
Savarut, Nordling, Netam, Kotef, Es.
I'll keep a close eye on him, Mom. Don't you? I'll keep a...
Alright. I'm gonna get the chest over there. And then we go forward, right? Okay, we need to reach this particular point. Deal with Caldwell, I suppose. How would I get... Fuck. That's... interesting. Find Tuzla Castle. Betrayal, huh? Yeah, Gascon, Reynard. I suppose it's nice that you can get that you might screw over yourself by losing all your companions in a major way.
No two ways to it. Charming this county the Blackclads granted Caldwell to rape.
Yes, a gift so lovely Caldwell could not refuse. Ep Dahi, it seems, wished to be rid of the Count, so as to rule Lyria alone.
I do wonder why they quarrelled.
Caldwell wished to rule by Willem's hand, and by his claim. Of little benefit to Nilfgaard, so the general disapproved.
As do I. By all means.
Alright, battle. I'll try not to lose any more companions by this point. I shouldn't, really. I guess the moment with Gascon and... Though I suppose my decisions were... my decisions might have shaped... Whenever an Empire is played, boosted by 2. Cappy can.
Not supposed to be any smoke.
Armor won't save him.
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
Well, you're a nice fellow, Gascon. Not really.
Hey?
Oh! So now I have a choice. This has made the slingers more useful.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
What? Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Alright, first round. I still have the advantage.
Army's a waste of time for one like me. Left, right.
When will you
left.
ever learn?
Yeah, yeah! Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
My scars? No, they don't hurt.
Okay, I sit at 39 over here. Worth a bit.
Tell me you jest.
Again and again and again.
Discipline shall bring us victory!
Alright.
One bolt's all I need. Give me a target.
All right.
Arbalest to your command.
Alright, they win this one. Okay, I guess I need to fight that again.
Again and again and again. Army's a waste of time for one like me.
I think you'll really like this one.
Ha!
Hey?
One boat's all I need.
All right.
It's not too late to walk away.
Alright then. He's got 3 cards left. I have 2. Oh. Bad move there.
What do you want of me?
Feel any burning? See a local healer or wise woman.
Give me a target. Arbalest to your command.
We must trust each other.
You might win. Alright, that round belongs to the Katakan. Final round.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Not supposed to be any smoke.
Alright, in this turn.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Alright then, good. I need to get there, by the looks of it. Well, I needed the lumber more than I needed the recruits. Leave it there. Well, I don't see any easy way to get there, in all fairness. No. Alright, the card. Fix the bridge. There's a battle over there. Battles all around. There's a chest. Treasure. Okay, I'm gonna guess that I'll be able to get there through here, through the woods. I mean, I legitimately don't see a way there otherwise. Alright, the standard battle.
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
Yeah.
We'll catch 'em all!
One bolt all I need.
Dog is taking some damage.
What do you want of me?
Give me a target.
Left, right, left, right.
Alright, Katakan. So I'm guessing more battles, regular ones are there.
Ballista, your command.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Again and again and again.
Armor won't save.
The chase is on!
My scars? No, they don't hurt.
Monster time.
When will you ever learn?
Ah, bollocks. I'm gonna win here.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Alright, another dead Katakan. Monster cards, huh? Forests or swamps of Angren? So Temeria is breached. Now we got foglets. Well, what do they have?
Again and again and again.
Ancient foglet every 4 turns on turn start.
Fear not. We shall achieve our goal.
We'll catch them all!
Believe me, as tempting as it might be. Gonna play
Quick and
Gascon.
painful this'll be.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that.
What do you want of me? You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Nothing personal, I assure you.
Sorry, turnips back for an encore.
One bolt's all I need.
Alright, they're gonna have a hell of a time beating that.
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away. The bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Left, right, left, right.
I'm guessing the foglet has a trick up his sleeve.
Make love, not war.
Give me a target.
That was the last of the cards that I'm willing to play here. Or was it? Bye-bye.
Discipline shall bring us victory!
Ballista, your command.
The chase is on!
Again and again and again.
All right.
One bolt's all I need. Give me a target. Our ballista, your command. Armor won't serve them. Lyria! Armor won't serve them. One bolt's all I need. Give me a target. Our ballista, your command.
Alright, the Archspore is defeated. Okay. So there's some ruins over there. A point of interest on that side. Plenty of stuff to pick up. Alright, I gotta keep going. I'll head for that point of interest. Alright, there was some gold there. Why is the bridge a special event?
The Lyrians came to a crossroads. As Meve and her scouts conferred about the proper path to take, a footman, of a sudden, collapsed upon the muddy ground. His comrades strove to rouse him. Alas, to no avail. Meve called for a medic. One arrived, post-haste. He checked for wounds, a heartbeat, all else for which a medic checks. Then he peered down the soldier's throat. In a flash, he was on his feet, his hand over his mouth, backing away.
What's with him? What's wrong?
The Queen asked, her eyes darting between the medic and his patient.
Typhus exanthematicus, Your Grace.
Replied the physician, wiping his hands with a spirit-soaked cloth.
Typhus fever.
Contagious?
Extremely, I fear. Though not yet at this stage. The spots are but in his mouth for now. Tomorrow he'll be blotched all over. It's then the disease turns infectious.
I see. What about a cure? Is one known?
The medic looked at Meve, shook his head and shrugged. Alas, there was precisely naught he could do. But where medicine fails, magic may at times stand in. Without giving it two thoughts, Meve called for Isbel.
It's typhus, I've no doubt.
The healer confirmed.
I know a spell that could be helpful. Vigal's cleansing, we call it. It takes time to prepare and many ingredients. Rather costly, or...
Coin's no object,
said Meve.
Get to work at once.
Isbel returned from the local herbalist with herbs valuable and rare. Fern blossoms, mandrake root, comfrey seeds, and more. She then pulled from her bundle a variety of vessels, funnels, retorts, alembics, carafes. Colored concoctions she then brewed, steam and strange odors rising from them. Hours later, after much effort, she had a few drops of a thick substance in a flask. Isbel whispered an incantation, then gave the remedy to the dying man. His tremors and fever subsided at once, the other symptoms fading within hours. At last, Meve could breathe a deep sigh of relief.
'Tis a land of monsters. Belongs to them, it does. Human folk are nowt but guests here. Beware, me lady. Watch out for leeches especially. They'll slip in your knickers, give 'em half a chance, no matter what they think. Ye've a good heart, my lady. If you'll not have victuals, please, take this. Elf engraving or some such. Means nowt to us, but might could help ye.
Well, I know where to go with that then. What is this? I'd say it's here, right? Yep. Reynard. Trusty Reynard. Okay, there's stuff over on that side, there's stuff over on this side. That seems like a druid location, isn't it? There's a fortification over there of some description. Well, the forests of Angren. Wonderful place, really. Alright. Oh, I needed the wood. And since he's willing to trade, I see no reason why I shouldn't use it.
For no visible reason, the Lyrian column came to a halt. Meve stood in her stirrups in a bid to see the cause. Something had blocked the way, it seemed. Something large. A tree felled by a storm, or an abandoned wagon, the Queen thought. Neither was true. A boulder huge as a barn lay in their path. Footmen had slung ropes around it, planted their feet, and now sought to pull it aside. Did not budge an inch.
Perhaps I could assist you.
Meve turned in her saddle on hearing the voice. Several travelers in faded robes warily crept from the trees. A young woman with long, light-colored hair led the way.
You don't much resemble a rock troll,
said the Queen, eyeing the slender stranger skeptically.
but go on, do try.
The fair-haired lass crouched beside the stone, closed her eyes, and began to whisper. Horses whinnied and tugged at their reins. A hound howled in the distance. And then, the boulder rolled to the side like an apple crossed the deck of a boat rocked by seas.
Who are you?
Do tell.
A druid.
Came her calm response.
This stone. It stood in our circle.
The woman silently turned toward the wood. Meve followed her gaze, and among the trees saw other large stones, cracked and scorched.
What happened here?
We refused the Nilfgaardians' aid,
Answered the druid.
so they raised our shrines. Though, perhaps it's a blessing.
A blessing? How so?
A darkness fell upon Angren a time past, and it grows. The forest turns savage, its creatures drunk on blood. Folk have come to worship other cruel gods.
It's time we abandoned this land forsaken and went south, to Kedmerkvid.
Our path leads south too, though not as far,
said the Queen.
Do join us. Given the times, there's safety in numbers.
The druids agreed, and were grateful. They walked at the rear of the column, muttering prayers, their faces concealed beneath hoods.
A druid circle. Alright then. I'll clear everything to the west and then head to that circle over there. Then I'll head for the objective, right? This is a logging zone. Any attempt to impede operation? Caldwell. I'll have your fucking head on a pike. I may have shown mercy, but he tried to have me killed. I can't abide that. You will die. I think I'll leave him to Gascon. Let him have some fun. Rumor has it the Nilfgaardian. Another Katakan? What the fuck is this forest? It seems like it spawned from the depths of hell.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
To be clear, there aren't supposed to be this many monsters in the actual Witcher lore. In the Witcher universe.
Again and again and again.
Okay.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Maybe I should stop playing such a damage-dealing deck. It's actually not beneficial, believe it or not.
Not supposed to be any smoke.
One bolt all I
need. Tell me you jest.
Wait, you're serious?
Ha!
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Alright, Gascon is 16.
We'll catch them all!
I lost Snickers. They will pay. Butchers.
It's not too late to walk away.
I am afraid it is too late to walk away.
Give me a target.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Alright then.
Angren lies thousands of leagues from the sea. Yet the Imperial fleet looked chiefly to this land for wood, its ashes and oaks ideal for shipbuilding. The lumber was driven down the Yaruga to shipyards in Sintra and Atra. There, day and night, Nilfgaard's fleet grew and grew. So when Meve heard axes steadily hacking, the continual grind of saws, she halted her force and quickly dispatched scouts. Indeed, they found a lumber camp, banners overhead, the great sun blazing upon them. Though not critical to her mission, Meve was nonetheless tempted to disrupt the invader however she could.
The Emperor awaits a mass flow of logs,
Called the Queen, drawing her sword.
but we shall send him corpses! Formation! Follow me!
When the Lyrians rushed forth with a cry on their lips, the lumberjacks dropped their axes. Their black-clad guards, though likewise surprised, formed up and stood ready for battle.
Alright then. Extends thousands of miles, so it's no wonder the Blacklights have an insatiable appetite for... Okay. Half the Imperial Treasury? Are you sounding kidding me? Alright then. This can hurt the Nilfgaard a lot. Nilfgaardian Braveheart. What a brave man. You die, boy.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Angren's gold is not yours to plunder. Begone! Ha!
One vote's all I need.
Obedience or the lash!
Give me a target.
Jericania! Source of the best goods.
Left, right, left, right.
Back in line!
Ah! Hee!
Yeah, yeah!
Arbalista, your command.
My pain serves a purpose.
Hey?
Again and again.
What? Oh, yes, yes, I'm on it.
Slave labor.
Move!
Slave infantry.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
Nilfgaard's ranks folded. Soldiers fled in fright, stumbling over felled trees and corpses. The air was heavy with the scent of resin and blood. As she caught her breath, the queen looked about. Hundreds of trees lay cut down in rows. Oak and ash enough to keep the shipyards working till winter. Meve ordered the lumber requisitioned, yet one of the loggers approached her. A man with a face like old leather, sawdust in his hair.
Good lady, I know you war hard against Nilfgaard. I know you'd keep timber out of their hands, but then see, we won't get paid. We'll see no coin till Sintra's shipyards see lumber. It's what the Blacklads said. I beg you, have mercy. We're simple folk. Been slaving since spring, got families to feed. And hunger looms ever close in wartime.
Meve looked at the logger's hands. Thick scars, crisscrossed fingers twisted by years of axe work.
This wood I cannot allow to reach Nilfgaardian shipyards,
she said.
Yet neither can I let you go hungry. I shall take the wood and pay you from my own purse.
Such is the way of things, right? Alright. I needed the wood anyway.
You've a big heart, my lady. Not many folk like you, especially not in Angren. A land bedeviled in many ways. You've a big heart, my lady. Not many folk like you. It's got blisters on my hands from all this. Never ends, I tell. Work, work, never ends.
Alright then. Well. Lurian Landsknecht. There's an idea with the pikes. So, Rivian Sapper. Hopefully that's enough. Yep, it is. My soldiers feel happy about that. I feel happy about that. So let's keep going. Huh. Let them go. I will not go. I will not lower myself to Nilfgaard's level. A battle. All right, ghouls by the looks of it. Let the beer flow, boys.
Left, right, left, right.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Alright. He's passed. Good. And I passed. Next turn. I wonder if the beer will stay on the battlefield. Nope. I shall unleash my greatest monster. Knickers.
Again and again and again.
Ha!
Give me a target.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
Our ballista, your command.
The chase is on!
Fear not. We shall achieve our goal.
What? Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Armor won't say.
When will you ever learn?
Never. Alright, this one is one. It would take quite a bit to beat my army over here. Even so.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
I'll play one last turn. And that's enough. Anyway, 5 turns. 5 cards on the enemy side, 4 cards. Alright, another victory. What's this? Alright. That's where I need to go. Damn, that's an epic journey in its own right. Well, welcome to Angren, I guess. Wonderful fucking place, isn't it? Wait, did I... Yeah, I missed those, I guess. I'll deal with that, actually. Human villagers living in the swamp. Reminds me of No Man's Land. Riches, they say. Another. Move Meve to the opponent's range row. Okay.
The morrow shall bring a better day.
One boat's all I need.
Onward! To victory!
Give me a target.
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away. Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
What the hell was that? Was that the puzzle I failed or something? Alright, hold on. Workshop, I guess. Yeah, I can upgrade over here. But I'd prefer to keep my lumber. These two are gonna be expensive. Well, I guess I screwed up one thing there. Alright, I'm gonna go for the druid circle. Nilfgaard.
Left, right, left, right.
Then retreat!
So much anger and suffering. For what?
Quick and painful this'll be.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
All right. That'll do.
What do you want of me?
One bolt's all I need.
Brach! Scheiß! In! Zwei!
Off to the front yet again.
Give me a time.
All right, that's done. Ooh, Nilfgaard is playing hard to get, huh?
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Bring in the drummers then. I'm gonna deal with the entire Magna division.
Feel any burning? See a local healer or wise woman?
Fear not. We shall achieve our goal.
Nilfgaard!
No way they win.
Then retreat!
My boots got sand aplenty in them.
All right. Treasure, puzzle, whatnot.
Entering the swamp. Entering the swamp's easy.
They may not like it. What's it?
In the distance, Meve spotted a spindle-like shape, which soon proved an enormous, dark obelisk. It stood in the middle of a wetland clearing. Dozens of iron rings dangled from its shaft, clinking and rattling in gusts of wind. Cows, donkeys, and dogs were gathered round the stone, all tied to the rings by ropes. Their hides showed many shallow cuts, seeping blood, festering, drawing mosquitoes in swarms. A number of the animals struggled against their cords, while others, near dead, lay still in the wet, tall grass. Across the clearing, folk emerged from the woods, a handful of peasants with a mule in tow. The beast resisted, stomped and planted its hooves, perhaps sensing its gruesome fate. The queen decided to question the peasants, and soon learned the animals were their sacrifice to the swamp gods.
They're all about, dearie. Very close. Oh, very, very close.
The toothless old woman whispered.
They hide neath murky waters. Can't feed when they hear the drip drip of blood. The gods look kindly on those what make an offering.
I know nothing of your gods,
began the queen, her nose crinkled in disgust.
but any that demand such grisly tribute are not at all worthy of reverence. What you do to these creatures is savagery. Savagery I can't allow.
Run us off, you can.
Replied the old shrew.
For as soon as you're gone, we'll come back. As ever, we'll come back.
This I know. So I must take care to leave you naught to come back to.
Over the peasants' howls and pleas, Meve ordered the obelisk brought down. Her soldiers gripped the ropes that hung from it and toppled the shaft. As it hit the ground, it shattered into many smaller pieces.
You say you know naught of our gods?
The old woman's eyes narrowed, her voice grew darker still.
Well, don't you worry your head, sweetie. You'll meet him soon enough. They'll tangle your paths, sow a pox among you, drive you to madness, every last one. I curse you, all of you, in Gerdacor's name.
Undisturbed by the Harridan's screamed threats, Meve rode on. But her men whispered long of the curse. It weighed on their minds, poisoned their hearts. Each misstep, misfortune, they saw as punishment for their sacrilege.
Well, such is the way of things. Alright, I'll have a battle. Soon. Another one. Alright, maybe I shouldn't use the Thunder ability, so I'll just use the Dark Mirror. Or maybe, wait, I should use the... Yep. Alright, let me see about this. Alright then. Dark Mirror first. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, that took a bit longer than would have warranted. The Divina Runestone. What's this? Show me the map. A bridge with a camp. Caldwell, well, there's still a castle over there. Or fort or whatever.
In Angren, all decomposes, be it dead or very much alive. Rot blights trees, seeping sores torment beasts, and the whole swamp emits the acrid, stifling stench of decay. So when, in the swamp's distant corner, the Lyrians caught whiffs of smoke and roasted meat, they stopped dead in their tracks. The scouts followed their noses to a clearing framed by a palisade. Through the gaps in the posts, they spotted a small fort.
Any banners upon it? Whose do you see?
Asked the Queen.
There aren't none, your grace. Not one golden sun, not one silver lily.
Meve gave the gate a few solid knocks with her shield. Moments later, a dozen armed men appeared atop the rampart. The one who led them wore a beard.
Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Meve, Queen of Lyria and Rivia. At war with Nilfgaard, I ventured into these swamps.
Is there a war on? Hey, that's news. Certainly, but little concern to me. The name's Gimpy Gerwin, and I rule these lands.
Is that so? As conferred upon you by whom?
By me! Angren's a good bit larger than folk think. And no dukes or emperor's fingers stand to reach its every corner. Thus I just up and took this particular nook. Made it mine. So let's parley, Meve. One ruler to another. At the risk of being blunt, I don't care who wins this war, but I want to be in good standing with whoever does. So, I offer you a fire at which to warm your limbs. Also, a place at my table and beds for you to rest. On condition, you pledge to me one very small thing. To respect the sacred laws of hospitality.
So be it. I do solemnly swear before the gods and my ancestors that we shall honor all the laws of hospitality.
Then you're most welcome inside.
The fort was simple, built of logs, covered with thatch. Oh, but inside, it was warm, dry. Hot, steaming dishes were piled upon platters, the tables beneath them bent from their weight. Smiles appeared on her soldiers' drained faces, and Meve's spirits were lifted at last. Gerwin proved a cordial host, and eagerly shared both food and tales. He'd led a mercenary band, and they'd stumbled into Angren, discovered a land unclaimed by any feudal lord. He'd erected the fort, then united the surrounding villages under his very own rule.
The folk here are savage. Defiant,
he said, sipping wine.
I keep them on a tight lead for their own good. Elsewise they'd slit your throat first chance they got.
Late that night, Meve went to see if her mare had been dressed. In the stable, she happened on a farmhand. Recognizing the Queen, the man fell to his knees and averted his eyes. Meve noticed a strange object dangling from a rope around his neck. A human hand half rotted to the bone.
What? What is that?
My wife's hand, your grace,
stammered the peasant.
Lord Gerwin caught her sneaking some grub. Scraps, really. Took her and told me to wear it. so I'd remember what happens when...
Meve left the stable without uttering another word. She went straight to the servants' barracks. In the pale glow of her torch, she looked over the peasants. All terrified, all with fresh, bleeding wounds. The Queen felt rage rise inside her. The Queen reached for her sword, but she'd taken an oath, so her hand paused on the hilt. Gerwin was cruel, deserved to be punished. But Meve would not do the deed. The Queen blew her horn, woke her men from sweet slumber. She ordered them to assemble. They would march out at once. Gerwin rushed out, confused, to ask what had happened. Meve gave no answer, save to spit at his boots.
Enough's enough. That's just how things go, right? I could have broken it. But then, things would have gotten nasty in some way, I imagine. You care for a bunch of peasants, Meve. Ooh, so fierce. I shit you not, I don't understand why she cares so much for the peasants. Anyway. Alright. Enough of that. There's only a few upgrades I need over here. Kostin Sanya.